Oops, sorry about that. That is not the correct sort. Here we go. Good morning. Today we are starting our next unit, Unit 4, CO19. We are starting with converting decimals to percentages. The first part of this unit is going to focus on the relationships between decimals, fractions, and percentages. There is a relationship. Any guess what our magic number is going to be that we're going to focus on? Amala? 100. Okay. So when we look at percentages, they go out to that 100th place. So our decimals go to the 100th place. When we work with the fractions, we put it over 100. So 100 is our magic number. As it turns out, they are all related, and it's important to know how to convert from one to another because different data sets may use one of the three forms more than the others. So there are things that we want percentages on, like your test scores. So you might see that, oh, I got a 0.96. What does that mean? What percentage is that? You need to be able to convert it to a percent. Okay, we need to be able to convert back and forth. Remember that percentages are out of 100. 0% is nothing, 100% is everything, or one whole. Because of this, it might help to write the decimal out to the hundredths place. So, let's look at our line. We're going to divide it into tenths, then show where the given values would be. And we're going to write each as both a decimal and a percentage. So we're going to start on this end with the 0. And this end would be 1 whole. So we have the 0 and the 1 whole. Above the 0 is going to be what percentage? 0%. Above the 1 whole, what percentage? Go ahead and say it. 100%. So right in the middle, what percentage would it be? 50%. What decimal is going to be right in the middle? Natalie? 0.5. Or 0.50 if we write it out to the 100th place. Okay, so now we have other percentages and decimals. Let's look at where they're going to fall on our number line there. 30%. Where would 30% be? Christina? It's going to be between the 0 and the 50, but closer to the 50 than the 0. Our next one is 0.65. Where would I put that? Alana?
Between the 50 and 100, closer to 50.
Yeah, between 50 and 100, but closer to the 0.50. Oh, I'm just reading my directions. Write each as both a decimal and a percentage. So I put that 30%. I also need to put it as my decimal. And I need to put that 0.65 as my percent. All right, 99%. Where should I put that, Michael?
Right next to the
Yeah, I'm going to put it super close to that 100%. 0.99. We're almost to that 100, that 1 whole. Now I have 0.08. Where should I put that? Harper? Really close to the 0. What percentage is that then? Amala? 8%. I always have some friends who put that as 80%. So just remember 0.08 is 8%. Now I have 25%. Where do you think I should put that, Hadley? In the middle of 0 and 50? So close to that 30. So I have 25%, which would be 0.25. We've already put the 100% on with that one hole, so that one we already labeled. Now we have 0.82. Eleanor,
Kind of like close to the middle, but like not exactly.
close to the middle?
No, like not like middle, like the middle of 50% and
So between 50 and 100, probably about right there.
but not like middle.
Right, because it's not 75. So about right there. Now, you need to know the difference in values between 0.9 and 0.09. 0.9 only goes to that 10th place. When we are working with percentages, have to remember to go out to the 100th place. That is not 9%. That's not 9/100ths. It's 9/10ths. To turn it into hundredths, we have to put that 0 after it in that 100th place. And then we see that it's 90%. So we have to make sure when we convert from decimals to percentages that you have to go to the 100th place. So that would be 90%. I'm not sure why we have a calculator out. Put the calculator away. So 0.9, that 9/10ths is really 90/100ths, so it's 90%, and 0.099/100ths is 9%. So for each value below, you're gonna write its equivalent percentage or decimal value. So if we look at 0.7, what would we write? Kathy?
70%.
Say it one more time.
70%.
70%. If we have 3%, what's my decimal I'm going to write? Ruby. So let's look at that. If I write 0.3, remember with decimals, we want to go to that 100%. So would I put a 0 in for the after the 3? Because I have to go to the 100%. If I put a 0 in, what percent would that become? That becomes 30%. So we have to be really, really careful. Do you know what it should be? 0.03. Because 3% is 3/100ths. So 0.03. Super important that we remember that. It's a super common mistake that people make all the time. So do not rush through this. I see some of us trying to rush through the work that I haven't even assigned yet. And I have some people that are almost done. Surprise, surprise. When we're rushing through and not listening to the teacher teach, we miss things and we make mistakes. And in the future, we'll be at objectives where you think you know what you're doing and you're going to work ahead and you really truly don't. So we need to exercise patience and not be working ahead while the teacher is teaching. Because there will be plenty of times that you will truly miss important things. And I don't want that to happen. It happened last year. I had some friends that really thought I know what I'm doing, I don't have to listen. I know what I'm doing, I don't have to listen. I know what I'm doing, I don't have to listen. And it caught up to them. And all of a sudden they didn't know what they were doing. But they thought they didn't have to listen. And they got very lost. Do not start bad habits now, because it will bite you in the future. Not good. Don't work ahead. When we get down to here, you're gonna finish these ones on your own. Converting decimals to percentages, same thing. You're gonna convert it to the correct percentage. On the bottom, you need to answer the word problems. Write a percentage between 1.66 and 1.69. See if you can figure out what that would look like. If you have one whole and decimals, what's that percentage gonna look like? Is it gonna be below 100% or above 100%? Baby? Above. Because you have one whole, so it's 100% and more. Eleanor?
Can you cover the ones in the middle section?
In what?
Like the middle section ones? Like the
I
one
didn't hear the first part of what you said. Can we what?
talk about it? Because there's one that's like 1.56, which we've never talked about.
I literally just talked about it. I literally just said, when I was talking about down here, I said between 1.66 and 1.69. What does it mean when we have one whole and a decimal? You're busy looking at the work instead of listening. So what does it mean? Who can help me out? If we have one whole plus the decimal, what does it mean, Christina? It's over 100% because you have that one whole. One whole is 100%, so your percentage is going to be bigger than just the percent. There's going to be that 100 or 200, depends on what your whole number is. This is a one pager, right? So it is a one page. When you finish, make sure you have Khan Academy done. Make sure you have your mysteries done. Work on your shield of faith. You can work on practice work and turn it in so we're ready for Friday. All right, so go ahead and do some work time if you are watching this at home. I hope you are well. I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.